Jan Samolinch, multiple time world arm wrestling champion. Okay, it's enough with 4 fingers, I think, 4-time world champion. And usually we talk about arm wrestling and strength training, but today we will talk about injuries. And by the way, I'm a physiotherapist with 15 plus years experience as well. In arm wrestling, elbow injuries are very common, and there are medial elbow pains or pain inside elbow, and also those lateral epicondylitis or pain in the lateral or outer elbow. And today we will talk more about this lateral elbow or so-called tennis elbow as well. We can divide those problems and theoretically, if it's classical lateral epicondylitis, so it's a problem with muscles which are connecting to this lateral elbow. So which muscles are connecting? Those are wrist and finger extensors. They all are connecting to this lateral elbow, and those are muscles which are doing supination or supinator muscle. It's as well connecting to this lateral elbow. And if it's classical lateral epicondylitis, it's inflammation or degeneration process in tendon which is connecting to this lateral elbow. So I will try to give you some exercise which I am giving to my clients when they have the same problem. I already mentioned muscles which are connecting to this lateral elbow, and if we're talking about tendinitis, then one of biggest rehabilitation aim is to get this tendon stronger. And rehabilitation is not a rest. It's not a rest. You have to work on muscle and work on tendon. So first of all, you have to work on your wrist extensor muscles, and you have to get those muscles stronger together with this tendon. I'm using a dumbbell today and to work on my wrist extensors. So I work with full range of motion, concentric movement, lift your wrist up, and maybe a little bit slower down. And it's also a great way to use just again this partial or this range of motion to get more energy here in those extensor muscles, and of course in this tendon which is connecting this lateral elbow. It's good to do at least 2-3 sets of those with 10, 15, maybe even 20 repetitions. Try to start with maybe smaller weight so you can do a good clean repetition and slowly work up to heavier. You have to get those muscles stronger to build the stronger tendon as well. Another muscle which is connecting to lateral epicondyle is supinator muscle, and you have to get this muscle stronger and more active as well to work on this tendon. Supination, again it could be concentric phase and slower eccentric phase. I use kettlebell this time, and kettlebell is great. The center of mass is away from point of rotation, so it gives more stress for your supinator or your rotator muscles. So it's again 2-3 sets for 10, 15, 20 repetitions. I will use a bar or a handle from dumbbell, and I will do rotation movement again. Main aim of this exercise is to work again on your rotator or supinator muscle, but advantages in this position, you get some stretch here as well. So you stretch the muscles which are connecting to lateral epicondyle or this outer elbow. 10, 15 repetition, try to feel some stretch here, and again 2-3 sets. Very often pain in your elbow is connected with problems in wrist and problems in shoulder. So if you have problems in elbow, always look one segment lower and one segment higher. And if we look up to the chain or myofascial chain, the upper point is shoulder. So if you have problems in the muscles which are connecting to lateral elbow, think about your shoulders external rotation as well. So I would suggest that you have to work on your external rotation as well to make your elbows feel better. So I'm doing external rotation and I'm adding some wrist flexion in a starting movement here as well. So I'm working on all this myofascial chain, and it's again all those same repetitions, 10, 15, 20, and 2 or 3 sets of those. And one more exercise to work on your lateral elbow is radial deviation. I will use a handle of dumbbell as well, or you can use just a hammer if you find at home. So it's actually this rising movement. It works on muscles which are connecting again to this outer of elbow. If you do those exercises and you feel some pain, don't make it worse. Or use easier weight and do it lighter with lighter weights. If it's still painful and it's getting worse, try to do some diagnostics, visit your doctor and get healthy and get strong.